Do you think that the Nigerian government missed that part where the American president made very clear that there has been killings of Christians? Is the Nigerian government shying away from addressing it as Mr. President Donald Trump addressed it?
Like I said, till now, for the period that the thing has been happening, the Nigerian government has not been able to do anything physically, has not been able to do anything militarily, has not been able to do anything in terms of checking.
No, what I'm saying, what I'm asking you, that has the Nigerian government failed to call a spade, that there has been killing of Christians in Nigeria?
They don't have to go out to say that, well, we are admitting that they are killing Christians, because number one, he cannot, as the president, because don't forget, he's just coming out of one where he said, where they said he called Nigerian youth lazy people. You understand? Whether it was misinterpreted or not. Now, do you expect the president to go there and then be admitting that?
No, he's not the Nigerian president admitted. So the U.S. president clearly said that we are going to work very hard on stopping the killing of Christians.
Yes.
The Nigerian government never mentioned that Christians were being killed. It has always been the farmer-herders clashes.
That's what I'm saying, that you do not expect the Nigerian president to go there and start polarizing and start talking about the polarization of killings. I mean, it may be obvious to us in Nigeria, it may be obvious to the US, it may be obvious, but government will always be reluctant to admit the obvious. And this one is so obvious that, well, there is no government that will come out and say, okay, they are killing Christians. Because as far as they are concerned, as far as government is concerned, Nigerians are killing Nigerians, or maybe some people are killing themselves. And then maybe if you now want to take it to the Fulani herdsmen and the farmers and everything, they restrict it to that. Because for now, the government would pretend as if it's not obvious to it that it is the Christians that are being killed. However, those in Benue, particularly concerning with the fact that these things are happening in churches, so everybody would definitely admit logically that, well, it's Christians that are being killed.
If I could follow up with that, you know, where he was saying, that's President Buhari, that government is taking necessary steps to promote peaceful coexistence of herdsmen and farmers, and that they're also boosting security and enforcing legislation, you know, with guaranteed herders and farmers, which will guarantee herders and farmers access to land. But if you bring it back home and people look at that comment, some of them may say, wait a minute, this is not how this appears back home here, because we know that one of the key factors that Benue people have been consistently hammering or drumming on is the federal government must or should support the enforcement of that anti-open grazing law which Benue State has, because that seems, some of them seem to be hiding under that as the cause of the problem. But if we say we're promoting enforcement of legislation, do you think that that is what's playing out here?
For Buhari, the thing is, the federal government is not encouraging a particular, it's not saying that a particular state, or it is compulsory for every state to accept this grazing thing, you know, to accept this ranching. What he's saying is that, well, if a governor feels that this is the best way to tackle local issues by having this open anti-grazing law, you know, and then enforcing it, it becomes very difficult. If it contradicts, if there is a contradiction between local laws and the federal laws, it becomes very difficult, taking into consideration that the security agencies are under the federal government. So where there is conflict of laws between local laws and federal laws.
But there hasn't been any conflict in this case, is there?
No, because the Benue governor has said that that is what they want. That they don't want a situation where the farmers would, where the Fulani herdsmen will come and be encroaching on the farmers.
And the law says if they wanted land, the processes they need to go through to access land. I think they talk about lease.
Yes.
So, and then there are processes to challenge or amend those laws if they want. But if people take up arms and insist that as a result of that, they should change that law. Should that be the case? Because if they're saying support enforcement of that law because the federal government controls security, many people think that that has not been the case. So they think this comment may not actually be what is on ground or what is seen to be on ground.
Well, the federal government is in a very tight situation to say that I personally do not feel that there should be killings as a result of any particular situation. However, it's very difficult for me to now say that farmers should just be looking, they should be looking the other side while their farms are being destroyed by by cows and all sorts. But I want to believe that there should be a way out where this kind of thing can be stemmed, this kind of killings can be stemmed, particularly promoting peaceful coexistence, like he said, and trying to because there is nothing that cannot be resolved. First World War, Second World War, whatever war that has happened, people have always sat at the conference tables to discuss and then to come up with something that will be acceptable to both sides.
Now, about the aircraft, it was still a bone of contention between the National Assembly members. They think that the legislation wasn't properly followed before we purchased that. But Trump there was saying, yes, we're working together, we've just supplied aircraft, they paid, they bought it, and some of the papers are saying they will ensure speedy delivery. What, in your perspective, does that say about this whole argument, whether or not the monies was properly legislated before it was done? Does it put paid to all those arguments if US says, we've supplied?
No, it doesn't actually put any, confirming it does not add or give a stamp of legitimacy or legality to what he has done. The first thing is he has committed an unconstitutional act, blunder, by not allowing the money to be appropriated. That's the first thing. However, exigencies of security can inform that action. But my own position is this. Yes, the money was not appropriated, but supposing now the $2 billion that was even appropriated during Jonathan, was there no misapplication?
But that's being hypothetical because that is facing the law now.
No, I've already admitted that was a constitutional blunder. Sure, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying that even if it was appropriated, $485 or whatever $1 million, if it was appropriated and it was misapplied, you understand? It's the same thing. However, now there is a confirmation that money, the argument of one of the lawmakers was the fact that, look, this thing is still 2020. But I'm saying that 2020, to some of these people who are preparing or who are going to manufacture this aircraft, 2020, you have to, for specifications, you have to make provision. Now, it's not a case of 2020. I have not seen the defense. He has not come up with any defense. And it's unfortunate that government itself has not defended itself to the fact that, look, this is why we did this. And that's unfortunate on the side of the government, because I want to believe that each time such things happen, there must be some kind of proactive reaction, to such things, so that at least those who are saying that the anti-corruption war is selective will now be rest assured that, okay, the president actually did not mean any harm. This was what informed it.